Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. We are always excited to bring you our free monthly workshops for Shreem Brzee and how you can really utilize this amazing mantra and Dr. Pillai's teachings in a new way every month. So if you are not already, please make sure you're on our email list so that we can send you reminders about these sessions. My name is Gina. My spiritual name is Lakshmi, and I am today going to present the 3-step manifestation formula that creates Dr. Pillai's manifestation techniques and how we can utilize those. So I will be taking questions. Please be sure to post them in chat. I will take a look after the presentation is done and be happy to spend some time with you today. So we are excited that in 2023, Shreem Brzee will be a very prominent mantra. Dr. Pillai did a new initiation into quantumizing Shreem Brzee on January 1st, which was one of the most powerful days of the whole year for creating wealth. So if you haven't already been part of that initiation, you can still join it. You can still have it. And the link is below this video, Quantumizing Shreem Brzee Initiation. Why is that so important? Because receiving an initiation into the mantra is the best way for it to be really encapsulated in your mind, body, and spirit. You don't need an initiation, but when you have one, it helps to bring the mantra deeper into your consciousness. And Dr. Pillai, literally in this initiation, it was really incredible. He's like, I am sending the blessings. I am creating it. Had somebody on the call, we're doing some follow-up calls, say that it feels like Dr. Pillai is just moving through the chakras in the meditation. And absolutely, he is empowering the entire thing. So if you would have been wanting initiation, or if you've had one before and want something new, this is the latest and greatest initiation from Dr. Pillai. It's Quantumizing Shreem Brzee. Why is that important? I did a whole webinar on it, but short answer is that quantumization brings something, whether it's your thought or the mantra, to this most subtle level. When it's in the most subtle level, it is the most potent and most powerful. So that is why we want to be able to quantumize, bring to the most subtle level the mantra, so that it can be the most powerful within us and go to the deepest level of our mind, body, and our soul. So little introduction, Shreem Brzee in the new year, 2023. And now we'll get into how to start manifesting. So oftentimes we start our new year and we're looking for our goals and our, resolutions and things of that nature. And then we have to move them forward. We have to be responsible and accountable for taking that on. And when you do this with Shreem Brzee as an assistant, think of Shreem Brzee as your partner, your partner in the manifestation process. And when you do that, there's 3 steps that you can kind of take this on. And the first one is to clear out the old. You need to clear out what is already there, holding you back in order to move to the next step. So if you're continually thinking about some old karmic thoughts, that may not be something that can help facilitate the new creation process. The next step is to create. And the final step is to accelerate. How can we make it faster? How can we do it better and make it faster? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen as we walk through a little presentation on these 3 steps. And like I said, please feel free to post your questions in chat. I'll be able to see them. Okay, that looks like everyone's got access. Okay, so manifestation work, 3-step manifestation workshop, and I like to call it a formula, the manifestation formula. The first step, or let's back up, the 3-step manifestation formula, as I said, is to clear out the old, create, consciously create what it is you want to now be focused on, and then to accelerate that manifestation. Step 1. So we have a mindset, and our mindset is continuously dictating our thoughts. And those are typically based on the past, specifically our karma. So if you're wondering what your karma is, it is your life. It is your current circumstances. And your mindset tends to be inside of what already is. If you're looking around your whole life and you're observing it, but you're also inside of it, and it's your family and it's your work and it's your money and it's your job and home and car and bank account, right? That is the life that you've created. That's the karma you're currently experiencing. And your mindset tends to stay stuck in that. In order for us to create something new, we need to be able to relieve ourselves, otherwise known as clearing, the current circumstances, the current mindset. And what influences our mindset? What creates the perpetual thoughts that we have? Dr. Pillai says we have 30 and 60 thoughts per minute. What is dictating those? Most people don't cover this, right? Like most transformational teachings will just say, well, you have a mindset and you should overcome it. And, maybe some techniques, which is fantastic. But if you know some of the sources of what is influencing you at any given moment, you can then become more aware and then take more control of your situation. So we have our current life, we have past lives, and in our past lives, we have made certain agreements with different people. We have done certain things that are now causing repercussions in our current circumstances. So let's say I, stole money from somebody in a past life. In this lifetime, I lend them money and never get it back. Maybe there was a karmic, repercussion and kind of closing out of that karmic exchange between the two of us. We don't know. But if you bring yourself up a bit and look more objectively on certain areas of your life, you might see that there are past life influences that are taking hold of what's going on now. There are remedies for this, though, don't worry. So you have past lives coming into play, how you were and how you're dealing with the circumstances of that. Your current life. And I mean, that's everything inside of your current life, but more specifically, your upbringing, your culture, who you were surrounded by, your parents, your parental upbringing, all of that. There's actually one more in here that I don't, well, there's a few on here that we don't. Anyway, your current life, everything in your current life from your birth till now has created karmic circumstances, and those thoughts are influencing how you think at any given moment. Your space or your environment. Every time you move to a different location within a city or a different location in the world, you will feel the space karma or space energy of that location, and you may take it on. So if you are in beautiful Mount Shasta and you are feeling completely blissful because it's a spiritual vortex, you'll take on the energy of that environment. If you are in downtown Mumbai and it is very hustle and bustle and intense, you may be feeling that. So your thoughts are very much influenced by your environment. Next is your communities, your culture, people you surround yourself with. When you surround yourself with people, you are taking on their thoughts. You're hearing their thoughts, right? So be careful who you surround yourself with. There are thought energies in the ether all the time. And the closer you are energetically, you could be far away physically, but close energetically, you will pick up on that person's vibration. Okay, so be careful who you get close to. And then emotionally, mentally, sexually, all of that. And be careful who you get close to physically. You'll be taking on those thoughts. A couple other influences that aren't on here is astrology. Your astrology very much influences how your thoughts are playing out. Also, your soul genetics, the souls of your ancestors who are giving you thoughts. Okay, so there's many influences, and here's some of them. So what do we do about all of this? Okay, it's all these thoughts are bombarding me at any given moment from all these influences. What do I do about it? First is to be aware of the process. Be aware that the thoughts are coming as much as you can. I know it is not easy. to mind your thoughts, but that is an important part of this process. Okay, be aware. Next, you can start to clear away some of these thoughts or interrupt them with the process of chanting Shreem Brzee or Brzee at the throat. The throat is an energetic juncture, and it's a chakra, which signifies karmic, it holds karmic deposits. And when we chant Brzee, which is a mantra for both removing karma and creating abundance, at the throat, we get this amazing vortex here in the throat with that mantra for clearing away a lot of these influences that are happening to us. There are other techniques that I've given before. I won't get into all of them because there's a lot. I mean, you can get an astrology reading, you can roll a lime and lemon or coconut or a flower. You can do tarpanam or ancestor offerings. You can do rituals and done for you in India. There's a lot that we can do, but I'm not going to get into all that now. This is the technique that you can take away with you today. So we understand why it's so important to clear away what is currently bombarding our thought process. Why? Because we want to be able to create something new, visualize, be inside of a new reality. And how you get inside of that new reality is to have clarity, to have purpose, to have passion, and then to infuse the creative process with Shreem Brzee. So Dr. Pillai says, creation is clarity. If you do not know what you want, you cannot create it. And this is a concept that many philosophies agree upon. If we are not sure, it's like placing an order, right? You've heard this. If you place an order at a restaurant and you say, well, I would like some food, they will bring you some random food. But if you say, I would like this, this, and this, they will bring you your specific orders. The universe and your own consciousness is the same thing. When you bring clarity to it, then you will be able to not only focus very specifically on that, but then create that visioning so that it can come to you. In my experience, I haven't always had the 100%, because I do give it up to God and say, well, and whatever's best for me. And then whatever's best for me, there's some tweaking that normally happens in the universal scheme of things, and I get given a really good portion of it, 80% or so. So creation is clarity. Be very clear. How do you get clear? Knowing what you want and then visualizing it very specifically. And there's another aspect of this. There's the visualizing it very specifically, and then there's the bringing it to the quantum thought. And this is where I want to bring it back to the quantumization, Shreem Brzee initiation. Dr. Pillai gives techniques for that. Not only are you visualizing it, but you're bringing it to the most subtle level. Okay. So visualizing, fantasizing, what does that look like? Dream it up, daydream. Imagine yourself in that situation. Visualizing who's there, what it looks like, how you feel emotionally, what thoughts are you having there, the feelings that arise in your chest, in your body, like what does that feel like? Be inside of that beautiful experience as if it's already happened. It happened. It's happening right now. You are experiencing it. That is the creation process. And once you're there, then you can be chanting Shreem Brzee. Here I am inside of my most beautiful house, feeling amazing, seeing the view, having all the amenities and things that I want at my fingertips. It looks so beautiful. It smells amazing. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Okay? So visualizing, getting clear, and then infusing that fantasy, that dream with Shreem Brzee. Next is to accelerate, this process. So we cleared out the old, we're creating what we now want. And now, how do you make it faster? Dr. Pillai says, can you do it faster? Group synergy is when you get together with people, like-minded folks, and you share an energy. There's this concept called the mastermind where when more than one, I think it's 3 or so people get together, becomes another entity that accelerates or makes faster. It compounds, makes synergy out of whatever happens in that group. So same thing for your process here. Join community that will help you to accelerate your manifestation process. How do you do that? Every Friday for free on Shreem Brzee, YouTube, and Facebook, we host a chanting call. I think it's an hour. It's a meditation. Join that. You'll get into this synergy, this energy, this group. Also join programs with Pillai Center on full moons. We get together for 6 hours. We do rituals, chanting, meditation, all of that together. It's an energy vortex, right? So synergy. Any other programs that we do, come on in. Rituals accelerate because they use this Vedic technology, spiritual technology that Dr. Pillai has brought to the West in a very unique way that helps to tap in to, and I don't know how else to explain this. Rituals tap into an energy that allows you to fast track what you're doing, right? How? Through the elements, the 5 elements: fire, water, air, ether. This is ways in which these ceremonies that are performed either by you or someone else on your behalf, which makes your manifestation faster. Next is power times. You heard me talk about the full moon and also Fridays. These are times when the energy of Shreem Brzee is more available. And when she's more available, when that energy is more available, that is when we want to utilize it. So if you could join your group synergy with a ritual during a power time, such as the full moon immersion that we have every month, that's an ideal time to be going all in on that moment. You really don't want to miss these significant power times. If you're, every single day, there's ways for you to do your practices, but when you can accelerate them during these times, you don't want to miss that. And that's Fridays and that's full moons for sure. I can get into another layer deeper where there's Venus horas or Venus hours every day, and you can do it then. And you have to look in the AstroVed Hora Watch app or the AstroVed Assistant app. Next is power objects. So you may have, let's see, I don't know if you can see me here, but I have a Shreem Brzee mala, Shreem Brzee statue, Shreem Brzee yantra, Vishwamitra statue. All of those things are power objects. And when we have them in our environment, they emit a certain energy. And when they're emitting energy, it's just another way for us to be tuned in to Shreem Brzee in a more fascinating, I think, way, because these 3-dimensional objects are in our environment. Remember how we said the environment influences you? Create your environment that is supportive of Shreem Brzee by having these power objects in there. All right, so that's your questions. I will see if we have any questions happening now. And just so you know, I'm not wearing them today because you can't see them, but this is the Shreem Brzee mala. Love it. Wear it every single day. We have the Shreem Brzee statue. This is her hood, her snakes. We have the Shreem Brzee yantra. And of course, we have the Vishwamitra statue. And those are our most pointed power objects having to do with Shreem Brzee. If you have other power objects, yantra statues, malas, what have you, Shreem Brzee incense, we have all of that. Those are just ways to continue to keep her in your environment, keep Shreem Brzee alive there. Okay, we have a question. What if the visual changes every time? You are the creator of your visual. And if your visualization begins to take new shape. So for example, you thought you wanted a 1-bedroom apartment, but now you want a 2-bedroom house or whatever that is, then let it evolve. It's okay. It doesn't have to stay stuck if you've changed. But if you're just kind of sitting back in meditation and letting your thoughts just go and things come to you or don't come to you, that isn't what I'm talking about. That can be a different type of meditation. I'm talking about very specifically thinking about and visualizing what it is you want to manifest. So you're mapping it. And if it changes from like a divine perspective, then observe and see if that's something that you want that's better for you. I visualize what I want to manifest, but every time it's a different visual. So, Roz, is that meaning you change your mind, or it's the same type of manifestation, but now it's just tweaked? So let me know. Question. Is it okay to listen to Shreem Brzee? Is it okay to listen to Shreem Brzee or chant it? Both. So I have Shreem Brzee playing 24/7 in my room, and that helps me to remember it and to chant it. Another thing that I've been doing recently is, and this is just a good practice in general, whenever you're feeling a certain way, negativity or persistent thought that might be coming up for you, bring Shreem Brzee into it. So replacing those negative thoughts, those persistent thoughts, those unproductive thoughts with Shreem Brzee. We are going to, like I said, we are going to be thinking 30 to 60 thoughts per minute. If you can catch when there's a negative thought, an unproductive thought, a thought that does not serve you, just replace it with Shreem Brzee. Don't even try to like analyze it, fix it, just replace it. Just think Shreem Brzee when that thought comes, and then just keep chanting. It'll be your trigger for you to begin to chant some more. How powerful is it to listen to the chant if you can't chant at the Friday group? Oh, you should completely listen to it. If you cannot, let's say you're working at the time that the group session happens on Fridays, you should still listen, just to put it on, just put it on and listen. I do that with my meditations too, because sometimes I'm not able to sit and meditate, but I'll just want to hear Dr. Pillai's voice, or I just want to like hear the meditation happening. I'm not doing the meditation, or even the same thing with chanting. I'm not doing the chanting, but it's happening and it's still in your environment. It's still kind of getting through. It's a vibration. Everything's vibration. The Shreem Brzee, the more you have Shreem Brzee in your life, the more she will vibrate with you. Or you, I should say, the more you will vibrate with her. Let's see, more questions coming in. Great, I love them. Keep them coming. Does Shreem Brzee help in any other area of life other than money? Yes, glad you asked. So Shreem Brzee, all the archetypes have a specialty. Their specialty item is that they can do something really good. And Lakshmi is known as the goddess of wealth, but she's also known for beauty and purity. And so sometimes Dr. Pillai says she can give you anything. In fact, I was just listening to a video earlier where Dr. Pillai was saying Shreem is life. It is life energy. So everything that is life, whether it's beauty and love, relationships, health, all of things in our life, she is contributing to this life force and this abundance. And he also mentioned in his last webinar, I think it was December 28th, he said, Shreem Brzee is fullness, complete embodiment of abundance. So abundance is all areas. So relationships, your health, your finances, your happiness, your beauty, your purity, everything. The other way to look at it is like Lakshmi and Vishnu are a divine couple. And in the godheads of Hinduism, there's 3 godheads. There's Brahma and Saraswati, who are the creators. And then there's Vishnu and Lakshmi, who are the sustainers. And then there's Parvati and Shiva, who are the destroyers. So they remove anything that is no longer needed for your evolution. And what happens is Lakshmi and Vishnu sustain us on this earth plane. So it's all aspects of our life are sustained by these archetypes. So yes, Shreem Brzee can give you many different things. Can you chant to benefit somebody else? You should start with yourself. If you are fully full of everything and you want to start chanting for other people, then you can do that. However, when you start to do something for the benefit of someone else, you can take on their karma. So you have to be careful. That is why it is better to leave that to the experts and order a remedy for a ritual, or we even do chanting on people's behalfs as well. But when you have an energetic exchange, like you're paying something for that ritual or for that remedy, there is something that protects you energetically from taking on the karma of that person. So just be careful when you do that. Not to say you can't just dedicate a portion of your practice or of your chanting to help world, peace, or your family or something. But if you get very focused in wanting to help or change someone else, it could adversely affect you. So just be mindful. Okay. I love all these questions. Thank you. Okay, got that one. How did I use Shreem Brzee? How do I use Shreem Brzee when I'm at work? Great question. So hold on one second. Clear my throat. How do you use Shreem Brzee when you're at work? You can use techniques that are not outward. So chanting inwardly, you can do that all the time, anytime, right? And keeping your attention, Dr. Pillai has mentioned, keeping your attention on the third eye is a very powerful technique. So you can do that as well. So basically that's it. Or you can also write. So sometimes when I'm listening to something, whether it's education or at a meeting where I'm needing to take notes, I just write Shreem Brzee. So there's a few ways that you can, I should say, multitask with Shreem Brzee. Do we have to chant during Shukra or Venus, Hora, only every day, or can we do it any time of the day? You can chant any time of the day. There is never a time you cannot chant. Please chant all the time. So when I say to chant during Venus Hora or do your practice during Venus Hora, I'm saying that there's more presence of Venus and or Lakshmi during that time. So it gives you a little bit of a boost. It does not mean that you can't chant anytime. You should chant all the time. Thank you for that question. Okay, so Raz's response. My visuals change with every meditation. Is it a case of more focus? I still am going to need a little more clarity from you. So what I recommend is that when you're doing one meditation, you pick one visualization or one creation, one manifestation that you want to focus on. So if it's the car or the job, you just do that one thing. So you imagine the new job, you imagine what you're doing, you imagine how fulfilling you feel, you imagine how much money you make, you imagine who's there, where is it, are you working from home, are you in an office, what are you doing, how do you feel, all of that. And now the specifics of that visualization will evolve. You may start with it looking like a certain way. And then as time goes by and you continue your meditation, perhaps it's beginning to look like something else. Do not be afraid to evolve with your manifestation. Don't be afraid, or don't be stuck in what you originally thought it would be, because the divine and your intuition may be giving you new messages, maybe giving you new ways to think about it. So go with that, right? Continue to play in that world and ask the goddess to come and serve you in that way, to honor, to gift you that insight. So for sure, allow it to evolve. And I hope that's answering it. If not, just keep it coming, Roz. I will do my best to keep answering your question. Yes, if at work I can keep chanting inside of me, 100% should be chanting all the time. In fact, one time Dr. Pillai said, you'll always have these junky thoughts. And better to be chanting Shreem Brzee too, because you can actually have thoughts and have Shreem Brzee come be chanting Shreem Brzee. And I've experienced that as well. You're thinking of something and then you're just continually chanting Shreem Brzee in the background. Your mind is actually going to not only chant Shreem Brzee, it's probably going to start thinking other thoughts. So better to have it continually playing in the mind, even when other negative thoughts or unproductive thoughts come your way. Is chanting okay, or do I need to write it down every day? Either one. You do not need to write it down. It's just an added benefit. If you write it down, that's fantastic. But first and foremost, be chanting. Be creating that vibration. How can I use Shreem Brzee for gambling? I will never answer that. That is between you and Shreem Brzee. Is there a restriction for chanting like during menstrual cycles for women? Good question. There are certain things that women should not do during their menstrual cycle, such as do a ritual or light a candle, but you can always chant. Like I said, there's never a bad time for chanting. Always be chanting. Is chanting okay, or do I need to write? Okay, got that one. Roz says, thank you. I was getting very worked up about it. It's hard to explain by typing. I hope I got it for you. Yeah. Any other questions? Bring them on. We're having a good exchange here today. I really appreciate it. There's just so much beauty in Shreem Brzee that I want everyone to have that. One thing that's really important when you're doing Shreem Brzee, and this is kind of like triggered by the gambling question, is that you should always have purity in the use of your mantras. So whether you're using Shreem Brzee for money or using Kleem for a relationship, there shouldn't be a corrupt underlying desire. And I don't mean corrupt like it's accusational, but there should always be a purity in what you want to manifest. And why? Because we're accessing these divine realms. These divine beings have empowered these mantras. And if we are operating from the place that is more of a mindset that isn't pure, the mantra may not assist you. The other thing that I've kind of gotten insight into over the years is that when you are spiritually attuned, the divine will protect you from what you might want to create or manifest with the use of the mantras. So maybe you want to accelerate really fast or, accumulate certain things. But you're doing so in a way that could harm your spiritual progress. The goddess may put the brakes on it for you, unless, your karma is to, go really fast and perhaps hit the brakes yourself and have an experience of the repercussions of that. Whatever it is, know that if you are using a mantra or divine technique, that is spiritually protected. And if you are using it for not the good of yourself and others, then it may not work out for you. So just be careful, stay pure, stay aligned with the gods and the divine beings. These mantras are very powerful. Do not abuse their use, and always be grateful. Always be grateful. And that doesn't mean you can't use it for, doesn't mean you can't use it for something that is personally beneficial. It just means to make sure it is always on the up and up. Make sure that there is purity behind it. Make sure that there is goodness behind it, and don't do anything that would detriment yourself or others. Question. Last year, I participated in the 1 million chanting Shreem Brzee with Babaji. I get that again this year? It was such a blessing chanting for others. Oh, that's wonderful. I will bring that up. Maybe we can do it again. Another question is, Tarpanam should also be avoided during menstruation. No, you can actually do Tarpanam as well. So good question. Tarpanam is ancestor offering. So just to clarify, you can, as women on your menstrual cycle, perform that. How can I use Shreem Brzee to increase my business? Everything that we just talked about today is exactly how you can use Shreem Brzee to increase your business, right? The techniques, the mantras, getting clear. So the clarity and the creation process can be for anything. So that's your business as well, right? Like you are focusing in on what you want your business to look like, how much money you want to make, what the scenario looks like, and then you accelerate it with rituals, with chanting, with meditation, with power objects, with group synergy, all of that. So use exactly what I said today and apply that to your business. Can I chant Shreem Brzee with other mantras I chant? Yes, but not in a combined way. Like don't say, Om Gam Shreem Brzee Kleem I'm Shreem Namaha. Don't make up mantras. The divine beings, the siddhas, the masters have created numerous mantras for us to use. Use what they've given and what Dr. Pillai has given, and then segment them. So Shreem Brzee 108 times, Om Gam Ganapate, or Om Gam 108 times, Kleem 108 times, right? Segregate them into doing that particular mantra, but don't string them along. So yes, you can do them many different mantras in a day. When praying, should I also pray to Lakshmi during chanting Shreem? Well, you can. So we teach you straight Shreem Brzee because there's people who come to this channel and to Shreem Brzee from a variety of walks of life. And we're not wanting to dictate that you have to be into Hindu gods or goddesses or archetypes in order to chant Shreem Brzee. Anyone and everyone can chant Shreem Brzee. It's just the mantra for everyone. However, if you are inclined or want to go deeper into the connection with some of these archetypes, you would start with Ganesha, Om Gam, or Om Gam Ganapataye. Do that 3 or 9 or any iterations of 9 times for that mantra. Make a prayer to Ganesha to remove obstacles in your success for whatever it is you're trying to achieve, your business, your manifestation, and also remove obstacles for this meditation practice. So that's part 1. Next, you could call upon Lakshmi. Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha, Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha, Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha, and call upon her and ask for her blessings. And then you can do your Shreem Brzee chanting, and then you can wrap it up. In fact, we should do that at the end. We'll do a little quick meditation prayer. I'll pull it all together for you. Okay, I think I got all the questions so far. Any other questions? Bring them in. Okay, so there's no questions just yet. Why don't we do that little invocation from one of our friends here on chat? So here's an example of how you could call in the divine beings or the archetypes and also chant Shreem Brzee. So you can listen or you can participate with me. First, we'll call upon Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We call upon Lord Ganesha. You are the remover of obstacles and grantor of boons. Ganesha, please remove all obstacles in the way of our success for all of our endeavors, for all of our manifestations for this year. Please remove those obstacles. We know that you see the obstacles that are seen and unseen. Please remove them all for us. Clear our path so that we may reach our goals and feel success and bliss. Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shreem Lakshmiye Namaha. We call upon Goddess Lakshmi. Come in all of your splendor, all of your beauty, adorned in silver and gold, dressed beautiful pinks, greens, golds, reds. Shower your blessings down upon us. Allow us to feel your presence. Take a seat in our heart and bless us always, Mother. You are our mother. You love us. We need your protection. We need your love, and we need your prosperity. And at this time, you can now think about what it is you'd like to manifest. Hold it in your mind's eye, your third eye. And now we will infuse it with Shreem Brzee. 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 Visualize, feel, see your manifestation. Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee. Feel, visualize. Your manifestation has already happened. It's happening right now. It exists. It is done. It is completely done. You feel in your heart, your mind that it is complete. And now you release it to the heavens. Lord, we pray that you protect us in our manifestation. You give us only what's best for us, without sacrificing our spiritual progress and our love for you, Lord. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to the mind, peace to the body, peace to the spirit, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And open your eyes. So that was a little impromptu meditation, kind of pulling it all together, including the archetypes, including what we learned today for visualizing and manifesting. And I wish you immense success in the new year. And when you receive that success, remember where it came from. Remember Dr. Pillai, remember Shreem Brzee, remember Vishwamitra, and make a donation to Dr. Pillai's charitable organization. Right? Contribute back. Giving back is always so important. So we want to stay attuned to Shreem Brzee, be inside the community, join the weekly calls, join the initiation if you haven't already, join the full moon immersions, be inside of the vortex of Shreem Brzee and this amazing global community, and continue to infuse your manifestations with this mantra. So I think that's everything for now. Yep, we have no more new questions. I will go ahead and conclude. It has been a pleasure and honor being here. Thank you for your wonderful, wonderful questions. And we will see you, I believe it is next week, where I will do a Power Time update for the month of February. So remember, we talked about Power Times. We want to know when they are throughout the month. I do a Power Time overview every single month, and this is a wonderful way for you to really know which days of the month will have more significant impact on you when it comes to chanting Shreem Brzee and manifesting with Shreem Brzee. Wishing you lots of success, so much love. Namaste.